Take a look at music, and I know there are very few scholars, of late who are saying, no, there's nothing wrong and so on. But even those, and I want to clarify something to start with before we get to what my son here has asked. The truth is, even if we look at some of the scholars who might have said that, okay, you know what, music, there is certain, it's permissible. They are not talking about the beat of today. Today's beat is definitely excluded. There is no scholar on earth, Muslim scholar, that allows you to listen to Beyonce and Madonna and Michael Jackson and those. That is completely out because, number one, it's dirty, it's filthy. The lyrics are horrible, terrible. They encourage you to move your body and to shake your thing, as they say. May Allah forgive us, really. You move your body, you are sexually hyped up. It moves you to a point and a peak where the dirtiness of this music industry has got to such a degree that the Christians and the Jews who are following are also saying it's prohibited. Not just the Muslims. So it's a dirty industry. Ask those who are in it. It's filthy. When you hear about music, you hear about how to attract the opposite sex, and it's all about love and all about, your emotions. And so at home you're not happy. When you go to work, you see someone you're working with and you're busy thinking, ooh, the music fits exactly here, and so on. Things are happening. People are tampering with our minds, whereas we have the melody of the Quran, the melodious revelation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, something great and grand. We should not substitute the Quran with that. As for the punishment that a person may get, wallahi, that's between them and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
These film songs, most of the words that are mentioned, they are far away from reality. The hero tells the heroine, I'll get the moon for you, I'll get the star for you. We know it's not possible. No man can get the star or the moon for his lover. But yet we keep on repeating because of the ambience, because of everything. So because of this, general rule is that the music does take a person away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the reason a beloved Prophet prohibited musical instruments except for daf. Or as generally with your voice. For example, when a person recites the Quran. If he recites the Quran, his voice is good, that's permitted. Because that takes a person towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The musical instruments along in the background do create a different ambience. Otherwise, singing per se, it is mubah, optional, as long as the words of the song, they take you towards your Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If the words of the song take you away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even that type of song is prohibited.
Some people put music in the background. Others put vocals. What is meant by vocals? This is what we call nasheed. So, if we have vocals at the background, is this halal or haram? If it's normal vocals that humans do, like humming, this is one way of doing it, humming. It sounds nice, but with my voice, I think nobody's gonna watch this. But nevertheless, it's humming, it's vocals. Is it halal or haram? If it is known to be vocals and it does not have the same impact as music. So if someone does a cappella of Billie Jean for MJ, for example, and it's the same impact of the song. So, oh Sheikh, but there's no musical instruments, it's haram. Sheikh, there's no musical instruments, it has the same impact. So this is why sometimes beatboxing would be haram. No musical instrument, but you have the same beat and you have the same impact of drums, etc. Therefore, it becomes haram. So normal vocals, normal humming sounds that do not let or get you the same sensation you have when you're listening to an orchestra or a symphony or the likes, there is no problem in that, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.
The reality is, my brothers and sisters, I know today there is a huge debate about music. I want to mention again, we spoke about logic a little bit earlier. We know from a religious perspective the ruling. Let's speak about from a logical perspective. Wallahi, now I have done my own little research with non-Muslims. And I have asked religious non-Muslims, I'm talking of Christians and Jews and Hindus, etc., naming top pop stars from the music industry. Would you allow your children to listen to this person? Never. Would you allow them this? Never. Would you allow them that? Never. Why? It's dirty, it's immoral, it's filthy, it's degrading, and it's unacceptable. Not in my home. But you're a Christian, I know, not allowed. But you're a Jew, not allowed in my home. But you're a Hindu, never, not with my children. Why? Because the industry is dirty. That's what it is. It's up to Allah how He chooses to do what He does. But what I need to tell you, and what we all need to know, is Allah is most forgiving, most merciful. Indeed. If we've done anything wrong in our lives, we ask Allah's forgiveness, and then we should not feel in our hearts that He's not forgiven me, because that's also insulting Allah. If you've been genuine in the way you've asked Allah's forgiveness, then Allah's forgiven you. And you can repeat that seeking of forgiveness as many times as you want, but don't doubt it. Don't doubt. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and guide us, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, your parents, and us all. Ameen.